Welcome once again to Owanapaedia, the one-stop center for Uganda's history and the history of the rest of the world. We are still on the story of Bushenyi, shortly after the Heroes' Day celebrations of 1985, 27th July. Then we transited to a meeting that took place in Bushenyi town, 28th July, at which Dr. Obote was addressing senior leaders of Bushenyi, including elders and UPC leaders. Flanking him are some of the ministers he had at the time, including also the Speaker of Parliament, Francis Butagira. You see a man in dark glasses. By the grace of God, Francis Butagira is still alive. Honorable Patrick Mwonda, who passed on. By the grace of God, Patrick Mwonda's daughter works with the First Lady Janet Museveni in State House. That level of reconciliation. And I'll be telling you some of the others who are in the video. Banange, have you subscribed to Owanapaedia? I don't know what you are waiting for.
On that, the message to Mbarara is this. What we have, we hold. The second message is this. Don't allow those islands with funny colors to remain in the next election. It is a shame that the constituency nearest to Tanzania should be in the hands of the DP. We brought freedom through there. That is the gate to freedom. You don't put somebody who is lazy, who doesn't understand freedom, to guard your gate of freedom.
Now in this one, Dr. Obote adds more emphasis on what Cris IBINGIRA wrote, describing Uganda as a dictatorship, and warns the people of Ankole to make sure that the next time they vote in 1985, they should make clear that the whole of Ankole does not return anything green. Let's continue with Dr. Obote.
Has said certain things which are clear enough to me, at least, that it cares nothing about the people of Uganda. He cares only about himself being a ruler. IBINGIRA has forgotten that there are no longer kingdoms in Uganda. He thinks that the politics of the 50s, where a few rulers used to go to the governor in Entebbe and demand that unless you do this and that, my kingdom will not participate. It's still existing.
Na kiteka mu myaka y'imwe 50 ubwo bagabe babirundana n'abakama bakazantebe bakazawa gavana bakamujyango wabatakozireki ingo takozireki ubugabe bwanyu tukukikiriza wone kwa kuteka tekero myaka y'iki.
Now in that pamphlet he wrote that when the Moshi conference took place, at least he did not know what was the situation in Uganda.
Umukatabako na kigamba butunu ngo butwaza Moshi mu rukiko abagire Moshi akata kumenya ibintu byo mu Uganda.
That is a man who has been a ruler of Uganda.
Ubwo umuntu watakamanya biri kuva mu Uganda ngugo ngurenda kujana kutegeka Uganda.
We in UPC we knew.
Yitwa ba UPC tukantumanya biri mu Uganda.
We knew that people were dying.
Kantumanga abantu bakana bafa.
We knew that the economy was collapsing. We knew that social services were declining. We knew that the people had no voice. They were living as slaves in Uganda. And we have written all that in our manifesto in 1980.
Now,
Grace IBINGIRA writes in 1984 that he did not know what was happening in Uganda under me. And now he pretends that he knows what is happening in Uganda since UPC was elected. Do you see the twist of mind there? What happened under Min, he did not know. What is happening under the people's government is bad, and he knows it as bad. In other words, he's saying that we did the wrong thing to remove a government which is supported. After all, he was a Min's ambassador in New York. He came here with Yusuf Lule. He became Lule's minister. When Lule was overthrown, he ran away. That is the type of government some of these people want. A government which is not responsible to the people of Uganda. A government that will not talk to elders. A government that will not discuss problems with the people of Uganda. They are still imagining matters of 1900, where the British came here and signed certain agreements with the local chiefs. We must now tell them that we have now new local chiefs. The new local chief with whom anybody must sign an agreement is called the voter. Anybody who refuses to sign agreement with the voter will not accept him. And from there now, I want to thank you for keeping these two districts at peace. Do not accept any idea that because for 4 years you have not had bandits here, the bandits will not come.
Nina kubarabura numurabe mutaka tungire abashiya bo mucishaka mu myaka y'igihingwire mutaka yebeha mukajya ngo abashija bo mucishaka nkunu yatubarije ikito kubaza kukimanya.
It doesn't matter how many, they will not be many, they may be 2, 3, 4, but they can cause trouble.
Abashija abo abaturu mucishaka basa ko batari bengi basa ko bari babiri ninga bashatu konkaye bakwikana babasa kuri tubuzu.
Bandits are criminals.
Abashija bo mucishaka actually ninka batezi bakondo.
They are enemies of the people.
Nabazugu babantu.
They don't want progress.
Tabakwene tunguka yensi. So
even if one is your relative, report that person immediately to the authorities.
Umuntu uri mucishaka no yakaba ari umunyabuzare niwe wamugwaho otere reporter our government.
You have done so far extremely well.
Okuruganye mukikati mukozirege munonga mushonge giye kwirinda.
Continue on that line.
Nabo cyo mugumizemo amushororo ngo gumuruho.
The last point I want to make to you
nshonge yamwiri kwenda kabagambira ni yeji
is on the leg that the UPC is part of ideas.
Nenda kubagambira ahanshongejo iri kugira ngo UPC n'ikigombe cy'ibiteekateko.
The government is now doing a lot of things.
The government is nakora ibintu bingi munonga.
And progress, when you make one progress, you create a problem.
Kwanga kumkumanya ko kutambuka idara mwa karuguru na no shanga hubuzu ubusya kandi kwaiza kwija.
When you produce milk, more milk, you create a problem.
Kugira amate menji na ugagino ubuzu bwagona.
You must collect it from the farmers.
Amatago kwaiza kuyomonte note ko garunda yanabwiya umbarisa.
If you don't collect it from the farmers, they will grumble.
Then
after collecting it from the farmers, you must take it to a factory. And then you must find a way of selling it to those who want to drink it. So in this process of progress and creating problems and solving those problems, there will be conflict of ideas.
Kukumwaketegerezaje ko kuturukutunguka ntuvumbure ibintu bisya ninga tukora ibintu bisya ninga tugarebe asisikeire ko rukunga kintu bisya kireto buzo bwacho urundo umuhanda rwo kubaza kukiyaho ugumizamo na kireto buzo bwacho kandi omunkorejo nabasa ko mukondana umwe ajya nyenda kutorogu undi ajya nyenda kutorogu ukamwana nubana mugendo misho nabasa ko mukondana abanza kwamba kora imirimo y'icyo.
Don't fear conflict of ideas.
Nabwo cyo wabona ukore kintu rogendo misho wara waona na mjenzi wawe ikitsa kwerekeza n'ibyo utosha n'ebaho.
If someone comes with one idea and another one comes with another idea, sit down and discuss these two ideas.
Umuntu ije n'ibiteekateko byo ni wawe n'ibyawe utagira ubwoba mushitame murebe eshongeze umute hamwe murebe cyakubasa kugamo kirungyara ideas zone.
After discussion and after decision has been made, all other conflicts must disappear.
Mwaiza kushitama mwaiterana hamwe mwari buzwo kwaburoho mwasharama ngo ikisheme kugenda kitorogo muhanda ninga kitore guriyo muhanda kandi ubwo indwano no kunyurana bisheme garikiraho ukakora fiki mwasharama.
And in this process of discussion, avoid personalities.
Umushongezi ezo kugenda n'umutesa ubuno murakwikirizagana mureke kurwana nk'abantu nk'umuntu wandijo.
Avoid attacking any person because he has said certain thing.
Reka kurumba umuntu ngo abuko bayagambe kinari kiriya.
Discuss his idea.
Rebe byagambo butekateke bute mu bitese.
And once the decision is taken, as I've said, let us all join hands in implementing that decision.
Ubu mwaiza kushitama kwikirizagana mwagire kimwasharamu icyasigaye no kushitama mukateri mu nkora ikimwasharamu.
Here in Bushenyi,
hano uyo mu Bushenyi,
the UPC was elected to all the seats.
Ikigombe cya UPC kikatwara entebe zona ezo mu parliament.
That is a challenge I leave to you elders, a challenge I leave to the youth, a challenge I leave to all members of the party. I want all the seats again in the 1985 general elections.
Kumanya ngwentebe tukatwara atmwenyenda kubahaya abagurisi abakeikuru n'abantu bona n'abato abari mu Bushenyi nyenda kubahaya ngwentebe zone 5 n'izenda omukabura ka 85 atagiri yasaga ninge yazandi.
And for Mbarara, I charge them with two responsibilities.
Abantu ba Mbarara nimbayireze mu mwebiri yamani.
First, I want a consolidation of the existing constituencies we hold.
Nyenda kubashaba ngwezo constituency ninge byange bitwakwazire nyabura abagenzi bange bitakabarugumunga mu bamye.
On that, the message to Mbarara is this:
Ariyecho abantu bambara nimbagambire bwamwe ibi.
What we have, we hold.
Ekigambo kya UPC n'kyeki ekyo kuba wakwasire otakirekura okishekereho.
The second message is this: don't allow those islands with funny colors to remain in the next election.
Kandi ebyo bicweka ebyo muri Mbarara ibirumu erangi y'ekinyansi mutakabikiza kumabire erangi y'ekinyansi twazo mukaburuka kuza kwisha.
It is a shame
that
the constituency nearest to Tanzania should be in the hands of the DP. We brought freedom through there. That is the gate to freedom. You don't put somebody who is lazy, who doesn't understand freedom, to guard your gate of freedom.
Okushanga omuntu omugara omuntu ari kurwanisa omuntu atakwetegereza ukajya gunwara kwate bishumuzo by'urwigi rwawe uri kutwara umusinge bakagumanwa kwate bishumuzo rwawe kwigurira.
Lastly, I want to thank you all for the hard work you have done to make the 4th anniversary of the Heroes' Day a success.
Umukoro gutugize ogwo kwishuka umurundo gwa kana umwaka gwa kana turigire kugaruka mu Uganda okuranga umukozere byona birabiri muje mwebare munonga.
I thank you for listening to me.
Nimbasima abo kumporeza.
Maybe it is important to mention why the man was very kali. He was really kali. Like he has told you, Bushenyi, Mbarara, Ankole, on the border with Tanzania, where freedom from Amin came from. And then you vote people who... He was talking about the Democratic Party. Now, his ire, Dr. Obote's ire, was based on the voting patterns in Mbarara, as distinct from Bushenyi. The whole of Bushenyi, which was 5 constituencies, I think, all MPs returned were UPC. All of them. The biggest loser in Bushenyi, in the other parties, was the Democratic Party, whose Secretary General Francis Wazarwa-Hibwenje, now a senior counsel, lost to Dr. Joseph Ruremenkuba Muhanji of Uganda People's Congress. So the defeat of the Secretary General of DP was very serious in Bushenyi North. Now in Mbarara, things did not go very well for UPC. In the constituencies of Mbarara, I think there were 6, if I remember very well. 4 of them went to the Democratic Party. Mbarara North, Sam Kutesa defeated everybody else, including UPM's Yoweri Museveni. Then the other 3 constituencies which were taken by DP included one taken by Ignatius Katetegirwe, another one was taken by Paul Kavuma I don't know whether Paul Kavuma is still alive. The other constituency was taken by Bernard Buzabo. Bernard Buzabo died in an accident during the ceasefire of 1985. He had joined the Bush War. He was part of the National Resistance Movement. Now, 4 constituencies were a real pain for the Uganda People's Congress. And that's why Dr. Obote was saying, in the coming elections, please sweep the whole lot. Now, this function ended there. But the president continued and went to open a coffee factory at Kakoba. But that's a story Owanapaedia will bring you another time. Herbert Semiano tells me once again to repeat that if you have not subscribed 2024, you are going to miss a lot of juicy material. Thank you for viewing and stay tuned.